I'm here to tell you about some of my worst injuries throughout my skate career.
Rode my face down the rail.
I was skating Oasis Skate Park, my local park, and there was one pool that was about, I think it was about 9.5 feet deep, and I was trying to learn rock and rolls on them. I was super small, my board was massive, and I was one of the smallest skaters. I could barely get the front truck over the coping, and I just hung up, like I didn't clear the wheels. Next thing I knew, I was in the pro shop, waking up. Someone had found me laying unconscious in the bottom of the pool, and my front teeth were gone. I didn't remember what happened. It wasn't my first time in the hospital because of other injuries that I had sustained, and so the doctor pulled me aside from my parents to ask if they had been abusing me.
I think it's a 21 rail. I tried to nose grind it and I just got smoked. I missed my heel side of the truck, sacked the rail, flipped down it, and like smacked my head on the ground. Boom, boom, boom. It was like a 1, 2, 3 knockout type fall. I remember when I hit the ground, like I heard music that I would listen to like back in elementary school, like go through my head. I was like, whoa, damn, I really got rattled if I heard some random song from back in the day. Like, that's crazy. It's like the cuckoo going on, you know?
One time I landed pogo on my board, full credit card, trying to learn how to do tricks behind my mom's couch on the carpet. And the board was way bigger than me. And so my feet were probably this far from the ground. I remember balancing for so long. And I remember reaching for the couch to like pull myself off of the pogo. It was fucked up, man.
This one was, I was filming for my Berrics part. Basically, it was the first one I had taken all the way to the down right before the long flat. When I hit the flat, my board kind of shot out and my feet did as well, and I like hit the rail on my side of my leg and like flipped over and just smacked my head. I fully thought I was gonna land that one, and then all of a sudden I'm like on the ground getting tossed. What really hurt the most was when I hit my leg on the rail, but it was like 2-in-1 slam, so it all kind of hurt.
Oh God. Tore my MCL jumping down the 25. That one hurt the soul. That one hurt my heart more than my knee. Flying from here to Lyon just to go get that one trick. You know when you're like driving to a spot that's scary and like, now I'm just flying to a spot. It's like 9 hours away. I'm just like, all right. Tore my MCL. That hurt, but knowing that I had to, like that I was done and that I had to fly home, that overcame the pain.
Let's see. I sacked this rail like 2 or 3 times in the same session. That day, I was in a time crunch to pick up my daughter from school. So I'm at the spot. My whole vibe was just get it done, like let's go. Start trying to blunt slide it. And as soon as I started committing, like within the first 3, I like sacked it, rode my face down the rail and like did like a half flip at the bottom. And then the next one, like sacked it and like cruising down the rail on my chest and like limping around with my balls. I got a lot of ball falls.
I get a phone call from a buddy of mine and he goes, hey man, Doug's ramp is on tonight. So I show up to Doug's ramp. All I did was go up for like back 50 axle stall. My front truck locked up, but I still went for it. I kind of just fell into the ramp, put my foot down, and my foot caught like on the top of the transition and my whole body turned and it just went pop! And I just fell straight to the flat bottom. I look behind me and my foot's pointing upwards. So the paramedics come like, yep, you fucked yourself up. So they had to all lift me up over the gate on the stretcher.
Just warming up, and then I was doing like a back lip and like a flat long rail. I landed once, and then Felipe was like, oh, do it again, I want to film it. Then I did a back lip and kind of like kicked my board, and then when I was gonna like roll down the ramp, my foot got stuck. I went over my leg and I sat on my foot. I tore like 2 ligaments. Yeah, it was insane.
This one, I hit my face, ollied right onto it, and it just stuck. And I just flew like from the top of 20 stairs onto the whole side of my body and my face. So like the main point of contact was my face and shoulder. And I'd gotten a root canal earlier that day that I tried it. So like I had all this pain and kind of Novocaine. So the next day when I couldn't feel my face, I was just like, maybe it was the root canal. Maybe he actually got up there and hit some nerve or something. So when I saw him a week later, when you go to get the rest of the root canal done, I asked him about it, and he's like, no, I didn't hit any roots or any nerves in there. This is obviously because you got the shit beat out of you.
I look over to my right, and there's a clock. It's like 4 minutes until the finals. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna land this line, sit down, relax, chilling. Next thing I notice, I'm dropping in 5 on the rail, and as I landed, I miscalculated, I guess, or just was easing off to the side and thought I was going up the ramp, and then was like grinding up it, and then just boom, launched straight to my back and hit my head on, like, literally on the inside of the thing. Luckily, it wasn't like at the crease or like on the side or something, dude. Just land there, unconscious, not moving, like everyone like came up, was tripping. Luckily, I only split my head open.
I'm gonna talk about like the Hallelujah Slam on the Davis Gap. I drove up there 6 hours to frontside flip the gap. So it was like a big deal. Like I had to do it and I had to try it and I had to try my best and I couldn't just like be like, oh, I'm not feeling it today. So the first try on ollie, I land and I break my board and I do the splits and then I smash the inside of my right knee on the ground like super hard. Stand up to try to ollie and I couldn't ollie anymore. My knee was just done.
I knocked out my teeth in 7th grade and then again in 8th grade. You'd think that that would be enough, but then like last year I knocked out my teeth again. I was just skating a skate park with hoops, ended up missing and stepping on the tail of my board and it just popped up. My board actually hit me right at the base of my nose and broke my nose again, and then 2 months later my teeth fell out.
One of the first worst ones that comes to mind is my left wrist, filming for the skate movie. I was doing a nose blunt on this super, super rough ditch, and I made the trick, and then I was like, fuck, I want to go a little bit higher on the bank. And came in, got wheel bite right at the bottom, and my wrist just popped completely out of place, super deformed.
Broke his wrist.
Dude, we need to get to a hospital.
Oh yeah, this one too. Same trick, frontside lip slide.
Did you wreck your balls?
It kind of caught the gooch area and pinched the extra skin on the nuts.
Last year, I did a video of 50 tricks at age 50, and on one of our last days, we were shooting a 720, which shouldn't really be that hard, but for some reason, I wasn't getting the right snap, and so I kept going up fakie and missing the grab. I was like hitting my tail on the coping, or we call that getting rejected in vert. If you go up and your tail's too pointed up, it actually hits the coping and gets rejected and shoots back down. And then when I finally got the snap and the grab, I just held on, and suddenly I realized I'm going straight for the channel. All of a sudden, I'm just flying out through the opening, and my first thought was, I can't believe I'm not gonna finish this video, because that was literally 49 tricks. But luckily, I kind of cleared the flat area. I sort of banked off this pole that's in our warehouse, and I landed on a bit of an upward bank. And that saved me, for sure.
We almost killed Birdman. He probably told you that story.
They said, hey, we got these funny costumes. You guys want to skate in the orangutan costumes? And I'll never forget Bob going, gorilla loop! And there I was, just spinning around, landed on my head and my hip, broke my pelvis, fractured my skull, broke my thumb.
It was insane, dude. Being there was insane. Dude, when we saw him loop out, we all just looked at each other like, oh fuck, we just killed Tony Hawk. Like, way to go.